Inner child work is so deeply about not turning away. It's not about fixing any past parts of you. It's not turning away from them. It's embracing them and having the capacity in your nervous system to sit with versus abandon. Because when people struggle with repetitive patterns coming up in their life, it's because they're turning away and abandoning the message and the stuck energy within their nervous system within that experience of that version of themselves in the past. And so this month within the Secure Effect was all about the inner child, and next month is all about intimacy, naturally, with it being February and Valentine's Day and all those little love things. But when I think about intimacy, there's a big part about intimacy and the inner child weaving together. Because if we want to have an intimacy with ourselves and an intimacy with others, or an intimacy with our life and our purpose, these are the three parts of secure attachment: connection with self, connection with the divine, and connection with other. And so when we're looking to really deepen this intimacy with self, it means we're not abandoning any past version of ourselves, but we're also building this physical, mental, emotional, and energetic connection with ourselves. Those are these facets of intimacy that are all encompassing in the body, mind, spirit, and energy systems. And so how can we build presence with the self? How can we expand our nervous system's capacity? How can we sit with our truest desires and then renew ourselves, not following into these past patterns of the energy repeating itself because it's stored and suppressed, and instead renew from the inside out? And if we are not aware, that energy is going to stay there, right? It's like you close the door of a room of your house, and if you're not going into it, you don't realize, oh, I have a bunch of shit on the floor, it's really dirty. You have to open the door of that room to be like, oh, I forgot that was in there. Like an attic, right? It's like, you're like, oh, I forgot I even had that thing. And so what's so beautiful is in life, what would it be like if we constantly opened the doors of our home or went through everything we own and said, do I need that anymore? Do I need that anymore? Do I need that anymore? And so we're really meant to do that within this deep inner child integration. And as we move into this month of exploring intimacy with self, intimacy with our purpose, intimacy with others, the main key to unlock our deepest sense of freedom in ourselves and our deepest sense of integration, of feeling confident and embodied in ourselves, is to really, really get clear on how can I not turn away when I'm feeling an uncomfortable, expansive, both positive or both restrictive or feeling uncomfortable energy. How can I sit with and hold? So our capacity and presence with our own capacity is everything. How can I be present with what is? This is honestly, if I could take any theory I learned within grad school or any client work that I've ever done with anyone, this is what I would teach them: how to sit with what is. Because life is going to continue to evolve and change and evolve and change and evolve and change, and we're going to continue to receive curveballs from the universe. However, we will feel confident to be in the state of the unknown if we have so much self-trust that we can go into the fire and transform and transmute whatever we experience, because we can sit with it. And our nervous system has the capacity to feel it, to feel all of it. And I know that I've talked about this before, but we as a society haven't been taught how to feel, like to really let emotion move, to feel it. And because we don't know how to feel, we keep suppressing it, because it's like, oh, I don't want to feel that one, so let's put that down, push it. And sometimes, right, within our developmental years, we have to suppress in order to survive, right? Our nervous systems are in this state within specifically like the first 13-ish years of our lives, where we're meant to kind of like experience life and kind of like not remember, right? We come into this world not remembering, if you take a more spiritual approach. And then after that, it's like, how can I start remembering again and returning to? And as we really ask ourselves, what does it mean to remember and to return to? It means I need to sit with, I need to take the experiences I have in life and sit with them, experience them. And so when you go on your healing journey and you want to integrate past versions of yourself in order to find freedom in the present moment, it means how can I go back energetically to the energy I felt, not necessarily the memories, but the energy that I felt and that I continue to feel, and feel it. Because I didn't feel it then, and so it's gonna keep coming back up and coming back up like a little washing machine in our bodies until it comes to the surface and it says, oh, I'm gonna feel you now. I am willing to feel you now. So are you willing to feel it now? Are you willing to feel it now? I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Next month in the Secure Effect is all about intimacy. Again, physical intimacy, emotional intimacy, mental intimacy, and energetic intimacy. So we're going to dive into all those different facets as well. I am going to be hosting 2 really intimate group containers. One is a 5-woman container for somatic and inner child healing. It's going to be a beautiful, again, space to expand your nervous system and really learn how to sit with these parts of self that can fall into these anxious or avoidant or disorganized attachment styles, and sit with really embodying the emotions of being in our system versus fighting, flaunting, freezing, and fighting. And really, really holding beautiful space for that. Specifically, this is most aligned for people that resonate with being a perfectionist or a people pleaser. And so I would love to hold space for 5 women, and it's just going to be a really, really beautiful space, as well as I'm going to be opening a group that is equal energetics of masculine and feminine energies. Again, it doesn't mean that you have to be a man or a woman. All people are welcome here, but there's going to be 10 people total in this group, and it's co-ed, and so it's going to be a beautiful space to really rewire. It's taking more of an attachment style approach to healthy relating, and it's going to be a really cool space to explore how can I be in divine relationship with these masculine and feminine parts of self so that I can translate that into healthier relationship with myself, in embodying both sides of being in my feminine and being in my masculine, take that into how I'm serving the world, how am I showing up in my purpose, and then how am I doing that within relationship, with family, with friends, with an intimate partner. And so these are 2 amazing groups. It's called Be Within is the women's group, and then Be With is the co-ed attachment group. I also will be hosting retreats in Bali in May and June, and I would love to have you there. And so stay tuned on some updates, and subscribe to the Secure Effect for more details on the retreats and these groups, as well as that's like my main newsletter is just my Substack, but you can also subscribe to my newsletter on my website. So happy day. I hope everyone's inner child feels super tuned and that you're spending more time with them, because they just want your attention, they want your love, they want your belonging, they want your safety. And so can you hold them? Can you sit with them? And we'll be in touch soon.